Golly, I just hit my funny bone. Right on the freaking brake pedal. Oh. Welcome to Brown Barn Builds. We're gonna build them, we're gonna boost them, and we're gonna burn some rubber, baby. Woo! Yeah! What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Brown Barn Builds. I'm Alan Brown, and today we're continuing with the Ford F100. This thing is a 1972 F100 that I bought from an old lady out in Manhattan, Kansas 3 months ago. It was running and driving, and since we've gotten it, we've done so many great things to this thing, and it has turned out so good. If you didn't catch the last episode of Brown Barn Builds, we repaired all the rusty floor that was in there. I had to learn how to weld, we had to shape and form all this new floor pan, and it turned out great. So, now what we need to do is cover this in chassis saver and sound knitting and get it prepped and ready for carpet. Once we get that taken care of, we can move on to more interior things. The dash needs repaired, the seat needs recovered, seat belts need redone, windows need tinted. We got so many different things we need to take care of, but the first thing, getting this floor ready. Let's get to it. The floor is prepped and ready to go. As you can tell, I put this green tape there. That green tape is to cover the holes for the seat and the seat belts. Also, I'm gonna get this dash ripped out. First things first, we're gonna do that because I want this to be able to dry, and if I paint this, then I won't be able to get to this, so we might as well rip that out before we get started with this. So let's get this ripped out and go from there. As you can tell, this dash has seen better days. It is horrible. A lot of people say they will run this without the dash, but the dash is the deluxe version, so I want to run it. It looks good, so we're gonna get it ripped out and get it replaced. Not exactly sure how this dash is in there, but there is 4 screws, so I'm gonna take those 4 out and go from there, see what happens. All right, here we go. Wow, the paint under here is super nice. Probably gonna be horrible at one end and the other just because that's how this truck is. Wow. This stuff has seen better days. Well, there's one part. Yeah, that is pretty bad. There we go. There we go. Big chunk. So this is what we got ripped out so far. If you can tell here, that is a bracket that goes all the way across. Here's a little better picture of it. So we gotta get that out, and then this whole thing will come out. And then there's a little bracket right here that has some sort of rivet right there. I figured this wasn't just held in by glue. So you live and you learn, but that should be pretty straightforward, so we'll be able to get that out. Here's the old dash, what's left of it. What a pile. 50 years old. Definitely seen better days. But out with the old and in with the new. All right, just wiped down this whole dash. This looks so much better. I see why guys just run this bare metal, but since this is a sport custom, we're gonna have to put the dash on there, get that ordered, get that installed. It's gonna look awesome. This paint is super clean. Obviously it's been covered for 50 years, but looking good so far. Oh yeah. We got it all prepped and ready for the chassis saver. Got it all taped up, so just remember, this is gonna be covered by carpet and sound deadening, thresholds. You're not gonna see this. This is all just for protection. So get this on and see how she looks. We got the chassis saver here and it's time to apply it. Let's see how it goes. I'm starting with the passenger side because this is the side that you won't see as much. I mean, you're not gonna see any of it, but might as well start somewhere where you're not gonna be getting in and out as much. So here we go. Got the world's biggest brush here. It's not very big at all, but whatever. I'm just gonna brush it on. I'm gonna start in the middle and work my way out. All right, just got it all painted up. It's looking really good so far. Pleasantly surprised how good it looks. So we're gonna let this dry and then probably do some touch up and maybe another layer, but so far so good. So I had to remove the glove box or the inside of the glove box to get underneath the dash, and we just found this in the glove box. 1971, Henry Baker. Wow, Henry Baker.
Barely even knew her.
Baker, barely even knew her.
That doesn't make sense.
That's pretty cool.
This is the guy that owned it when it was new.
I wonder if he's still alive.
We can call him.
Hey, you still got your truck, brother. You want it back?
Hey, Henry.
Anyway, pretty cool. Keep finding old things like this in this truck. Oh yeah. As we wait for the floor to dry in the cab, if you saw my previous videos, you know this seat is done for, Gonzo. So we need to get this cover off and get the backrest cover off so we can get a new cover put on. I haven't ordered it yet, but I want to see what condition this is in to see what kind of parts we need to get. So let's get this ripped off and see what it looks like. Okay, so a lot of this is just ripping right off. So we're just gonna see, well, there we go. We're just gonna cut it off. Not trying to preserve it. Oh my gosh, look how easy this is, Jamie.
Usually when it's that easy, you don't want it. That always said. What?
Huh? You got your safety squints on?
Always have your safety squints on. If
They're
you're
free.
not squinting, you ain't winning. That's what I've always said.
Right. The Toast is watching us. Toast, what are you doing? It's like watching you freaking silly gooses try to get this seat apart. Good.
Oh! What?
I look at these big bolts holding on. Pull it away from the truck a little bit. There we go.
My pad's not bad, actually.
Pull up.
Can you grab that son? Alright, we got the pad off. We're gonna use this to make a jacket for my mom's birthday.
That thing has seen better days. Let's go straight in the garbage.
What? Should I try it on?
Maybe I'll put it on eBay. Oh. If you're in an emergency situation and you had your Ford F100, you could pull that off and use it as a blanket.
Ooh. 3 payments.
Yeah, now you're covered. Well, the pad looks pretty good. Just need to wash it. How's this come off? Oh yeah. Ooh. Probably could just take that little net off there. Clean this up and should be good to go. So, oh, what is that?
Bunch of welding wire in there, I guess.
Bunch of, yeah, wire. Anyways, so yeah, we should be able to clean this up and utilize that. Not 100. Oh my God, look at that spider. Oof.
I had that on me.
Yeah, you did. Clean this up and go from there. So, one step closer. I actually just did some research, and for a new one of these pads, it's like $250. So, this one's still pretty good. I'm gonna try to utilize it. Somebody's driving by with something loud.
Probably some rice burner. Let's see who it is. Yep. Some ricer.
370Z. Gonna be me. But I think if I spray this down, maybe try to. It doesn't really even stink, but $250.
Can you smell it again?
Rather save it.
Yeah, it doesn't smell that bad. So we're just gonna fix that one up and get a new cover. We still gotta take the back one apart, the backrest, but that one looks a little rougher. But we're gonna find out.
Amy's tearing apart the backrest here. We'll get this one tore apart. Hopefully we can utilize the foam on that. And we're gonna take these, I don't know what you call them, cages, and wash them, clean them up, maybe even paint them. Like that right there needs painted. So clean these up, and then they'll be ready for the foam and the new leather. Hell yeah. Okay, so we got the frame here, and the only thing I want to do is paint this little section here on both sides. That's the only section that is exposed. The rest I'm not worried about. You will not see it. Does not matter. Got it all cleaned up. Got rid of all the grime and dirt and dust and whatever else was on these things. But all we need to do is spray this, and then we'll be ready to put all the padding in and all the upholstery and get it in the cab. Just gonna spray these down, give it a couple layers, be good to go. Frame, I guess you could say, is all painted. Let it dry. It is looking so good, dude. Looks like brand new. So we're gonna let that dry and then move on to the next step. Hell yeah. Okay, so it's been 24 hours and this stuff has completely dried. And let me tell you, this looks awesome. Looks so good. There's not even any brush strokes. This stuff is almost like self-leveling. So looks super good though. I'm super happy with this. So we're gonna get this tape off and move on to the sound deadening. All right, so what we got for the sound deadening is Stinger Expert Roadkill Vibration Dampening Material. It's right here, you just peel and stick. Should be pretty straightforward. I've never done this before, so don't come at me if I'm doing it wrong. But honestly, I don't know how you could do it wrong. It's like putting on a dang sticker. So throw this in and see how it looks. I just wanted to show, this is where I had all the holes taped off, and I'd say that worked out pretty well. I think it looks pretty clean actually having them rectangled off like that instead of trying to put the bolt in. I just was super worried about those threads getting ruined by this chassis saver, and this completely avoided that situation. So looks good. Now let's get this sound deadening in. We're just gonna start right in the middle. All right, so far so good. This is turning out really well. I gotta do that little section there and this little section here and maybe that little section there. We'll see how much I have left. I only have 2 sheets left. But so far so good, almost there. All right, here is the final product. Man, this is looking so good. This turned out great. It's about as symmetrical as that could be from one side to the other. Didn't do the cover above the transmission, just in case I had to take that off, but everything else looks great. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is Christmas in September at Brown Barn Builds. LMC has absolutely hooked us up. We got so much stuff. This is the best part about living in Kansas City. LMC truck is right down the road and they get it to you just like that. It's awesome. I went there and got everything I need to complete this interior, from the dash to the carpet to the seat covers. What else? The thresholds, the firewall insulator, you name it. Weather stripping, heater core tubes, so much stuff, seat belts. This is awesome. So we're gonna get rocking and rolling in here and get this interior done. And this truck is gonna look bad ass, dude. I am pumped. First things first, we're gonna get this dash in. I am most excited about this dash. This is gonna completely transform the inside. So we're gonna put that in. Before we do that, we gotta put these hoses in. Once we get those in, we can put this dash in and start moving forward. So let's get these hoses in and then we'll get that dash in and it's gonna look awesome, dude. I am pumped. Let's do it. Woo! Oh, look at all of this. There we go. Both are in. Onto the dash.
New dash.
New dash. Do this.
It's like Christmas in here.
Yeah.
Wow. That's what $500 worth of dash looks like. See the hardware hanging there? There you go.
Oh, it comes with hardware. Oh, and it's wood. Premature.
Oh, gotta take that stuff out. Ooh,
Ford.
no Chinese junk here.
I wonder if this was made in 72.
Oh yeah.
A lot easier than a Corvette dash.
Oh boy. Looks nice.
Wow, that's pretty much it.
That looks awesome.
Oh yeah. The black does go good with the brown. All right, it is in and it looks great. That is money. Looks like brand new. Because it is brand new. So we got two things here we need to do. We need to put new clips in for this and then put in the new rear view mirror. So I gotta take this off, take out some of this old junk here. I just take this off. Oh, barely even did anything. Okay, so fix that and then put this in. Just wanna do as much as I can before I have to put the carpet in so I don't get the carpet dirty. So let's get that put in real quick. Let's just see if this thing will pop off, or I don't want to crack the windshield. How stupid would that be? Got it. And no crack. Okay, before I put in the new one and take off this old adhesive, I am going to mark where this is with some tape. A little bit of a veteran move here. You know how it be. So now I know exactly where the new mirror needs to go. But first I gotta take off all the old gunk and then we can put the new one on. It's time to put the rear view mirror in. I've already tried this once with double stick tape. That did not work, total fail. Today I have glass glue. So hopefully this works out. I think it will, I hope. So yeah, exact location where we need it. Get the glass glue out. See how it goes. Okay, we'll let that sit for 24 hours. Hopefully it sticks on there. We'll put that mirror on there. And then hopefully the sun doesn't, let the glue soften and it makes the mirror fall off. Luckily the mirror's only 30 bucks, so if it breaks, what's 30 bucks to a pimp? You know what I mean? Okay, it's been 24 hours since we glued this piece to the glass. Let's see if it's gonna stick and if this mirror's gonna hold. Alrighty. Now it is finally time to see if this is going to work. Oh yeah, that's nice right there. Heck yeah. Check that out, that is clean. That's cold. First thing first to get this insulation in is we gotta take the steering column out. So I'm gonna take off those 4 or 5 bolts there. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just doing it and hopefully I can get it out. So let's get those out, get this out. And I know there's gonna be something on the other side and then we'll just go from there. Let's do it. Okay, so we got the steering column out, emergency brake mechanism off, these 2 holes right here. Got this fuse box out of the way. I think that should be it. So next step is we'll go over here and we need to cut out all these areas of insulation for bolts and the steering column and all that to go through. Okay, that worked out pretty well. Use the Dremel to cut out some of these circles and then use a razor blade to notch out these, as you can tell here. Air powered Dremel and then just a razor blade. So let's rock and roll and get this in. One thing at a time here. Oh yeah, this is going in great. Perfect fit. Heck yeah, brother. Gotta get the other side in and then this thing should be in. Throw a couple screws in it, call her a day. This thing is perfect. Looks so good. Woo! I love it. Looks so nice. That is worth it right there. Absolute money. Money, 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 money. Great, good, good, good. All right, so next step is just kind of getting this buttoned up. We got some things here we need to throw in there, and that should be good to go. But it's mocked in and it looks great. Heck yeah. So yeah, we've gotten a little distracted here. Ended up taking the blower motor, and we're gonna give this a coat of paint. That's the emergency brake. It needed a coat of paint, so it's just gonna look a lot better when you open up those doors, seeing nice, freshly painted stuff. So just, you know, make them black. They're gonna blend in, but it'll look a lot better in the end. So we'll get these taken care of, and it's gonna make the interior look a lot better. Let's get to it. Well, as we wait for the other stuff to dry, I decided, you know what? I am going to paint the brake pedal and gas pedal. So we're gonna give these a quick coat of paint. Ignore my paint booth setup. I know it is top notch. Not many people could probably afford something like this, but don't worry, you work for this. You get the blanket, you get the cardboard, you get the tape. You can do this one day. So just, you know, don't get discriminated if you realize you can't have a setup like this. It's very hard to work for something like this. So, you know, take that into consideration. Anyway, let's get this paint on this and see how it looks. All right, threw 3 layers on that. 3rd layer's drying right now, but that should be a good little touch. Just little touches here and there. We ain't going for anything crazy, no show truck, but I want this interior to look good, brother. One of the things that we can do while we wait for a lot of things to dry or whatnot is get this steering wheel off this dang shaft here. It is not coming off. We tried a steering wheel puller right here. You're supposed to put 2 bolts in there and a nut, and it's supposed to pull it off, but it ain't coming off. It's loose. This nut ain't doing anything. So I got it in the vise. I'm just gonna try to hit this thing off with the mallet or something. So either way, it needs to come off. Let's get to it. I'm gonna tighten the crap out of this dang vise here. Oh yeah. I ain't going nowhere. Now it ain't going anywhere. Hell yeah. Okay, we'll try whacking this thing off. Anyway, just go whack it until it comes off. Ah! Might have to get that steering wheel pull out again and try it. Maybe I'll loosen it up. Somebody's gonna get on here and be like, you have zero idea what you're doing. I never claimed I knew what I was doing. All I claimed was I bought an old truck and I'm gonna fix it. So, gave up on the sledge, didn't work. Decided it was time to get the right tools since our other one broke. So we got a new one here. This should get it off. Hope and pray, but this should do the trick. So get this steering wheel off, be able to get this column back in the truck and start moving forward with the interior. So this is a pretty simple tool here. You take these 2 bolts, you put them within the steering wheel in there, and then you use this on the main column where the main bolt goes for the steering wheel, and you tighten it and it should pull it away. So we'll see. All right, let's see if this is gonna work. Boom.
All that for that.
Jeez. Broke off the dang indicator, so I'm gonna have to get one of those. But this will help a lot with getting this in the truck, working around, not having to work around the steering wheel, and we can put the steering wheel in once it's in the truck. As you saw, we threw a couple of layers of paint on the gas pedal and the brake pedal here, and they're looking so much better. Simple, quick fix there. Gonna get a couple new pads for this. It'll go on the top of that. This one is pretty bad, so new one of those, new one of those, new one for the emergency brake pedal, and we'll be rocking and rolling here. The next step, we need to get this in. This is the heater, blower, motor contraption. You know what it is. Anyway, you hop that in. Should be pretty straightforward. You need to throw a couple of those wires together, put those hoses in, attach the coolant lines on the engine bay, and throw a couple nuts on the studs on the inside. Get these out of the way. We'll deal with this once it's in. I don't want to mess with them. 3 studs on the back should go through. Pretty straightforward, hopefully. Come on. I'm definitely gonna have to cut these hoses. Alright, so we're about halfway done with getting this dang heater motor in. Got one of the hoses in. Took me like 30 minutes trying to get the second one in. Not easy. These hoses are not very flexible for one. Oh, golly, I just hit my funny bone. Right on the freaking brake pedal. Oh, shooting through my pinky. Anyway. Oh, dang, that hurt. Felt like I got shocked. Anyway. Yeah, they're not very flexible. And they just don't like to go on. The older ones are better. So, recommend not replacing these if you don't have to. Which I did have to, so it is what it is. But it's just... The heater part is in a horrible position, so these pipes have to be bent at like seriously 90 degrees almost. Let's see if I can get it now. And you got to cut the pipe to give it a flare. Try not to hit your arm on the brake pedal. Golly, it's such a tight fit. This dang dash support is right in the way. All right, we'll tune back in right when we get this done. All right, got those heater hoses in there. You can tell. Got the wire ties on. Wire ties up in there. That was a freaking doozy. Everything on this truck has been harder than I thought. I'm totally underestimating anything. Just because it's older doesn't mean it's easier. That is for sure. But on to the next thing. All right, next step is we gotta get the shaft in the truck. As in shaft, I mean the steering shaft. Should be pretty straightforward. Other than this hole on this, oh. Rats. I spoke too soon. This is not gonna be straightforward. Shoot! All right. Well, we got to cut this, I think, to get this through because it's not going to fit. So, we'll tune back in when we get it in. We got that steering shaft in there. It looks pretty good. Had to cut that hole. Pretty big to fit that through there. What is that? I don't know. We'll get there. I ended up putting some tape to make that wire management a lot better. Still got to do the steering wheel. Actually, you know, let's just throw it on there. I'm excited to see it. It looks so nice. Let's see here. This might look awesome. Little mock-up there. Oh! That is money, dude. I love it. Something easy we need to do is we need to put this gauge cluster back in. But before I do it, I just want to wipe this down and clean it up. It is filthy. Look at that. So dusty. 50 years of grime. Not going to replace it because it's original and it works and it looks cool. So we're just going to clean it up, give it a new life, and throw it in. So in the middle of cleaning this, decided to take it apart to try to take the lens out and clean it, and here it is. Pretty filthy, so may try to clean it, may replace it, but now we got another project on our hands. Right now, this is what it looks like. It's super foggy from sun and who knows, 50 years. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this off. We're gonna take this, get it the heck out of here, and we're gonna put this brand new one in from LMC truck. Still got the plastic on it, but look at that. That is going to be money. So let's get this put back together and see how it looks. And just like that, that turned into $1 million, dude. And only for 25 bucks, we went from this old faded piece of junk to that. Got a little bit of wear and tear here, but you know, like I said, budget build, 50-year-old truck. Maybe we'll roll this back to 25,000 miles. No, I'm just playing. Let's get this in. This looks awesome. I am absolutely pumped. one thing at a time. We are down to the end, dude. We got like 5 more things left, and this interior will finally be done after 2.5 months of non-stop work on this. Hell yeah. We got that thing in there, and that looks so much better. Wow, it just completely rejuvenates that gauge cluster. I am shocked how much better that looks. That is awesome. The inside the speedometer, the gauges and all that looks so good. Just looks like brand new. I love it. That is awesome. I just want to get on here and say thank you to everybody for hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button. This is all side job, side hustle, just a hobby of ours. We don't have any backing. We all have full-time jobs. This is just something we do at night and on the weekends. So if you like what you're seeing, make sure you support us. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Tell everybody you know about us. Tell your grandma, your grandpa, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your cousin. You know it. Tell everybody. We want to get this thing up to 1 million subs. So keep watching our videos. Stay tuned for more. We're doing a lot more here at Brown Barn Builds. But let's get back to the live action. Okay, next step is getting this carpet in. I've never done this before. I got it just mocked in here, just threw it in. Want to see kind of what it was like. I definitely got to trim the end towards the firewall. Got to cut some holes for seat bolts and seat belts. A lot of maneuvering here. Never done it before, so it's going to take a little bit of time. Bear with me, but we're going to get this installed. Then we can get our seat belts in, get our seat in, and be so close. So cross your fingers. Let's get this going and see how it goes. Hell yeah. That doesn't help. All right, so I know for a fact this is gonna take a minute because I want this stuff tight. I don't want any wrinkles, any folds, anything like that. So this may be a while. So the fitment is actually pretty good here. I started with this back edge because you know that has to go where it has to go. Gonna have to cut for this fuel line right here and on the other side. But other than that, the only thing we will have to cut is the firewall along here. It's about 6 inches too tall, so probably start with 2 or 3 inches and work our way down, but so far so good. First thing I'm gonna do to lay this is about the most definite point of contact that I know where exactly it will go. So we're gonna start in that corner, we're gonna cut it around this fuel line, and then we're gonna get underneath it and poke holes for those seat bolt holes right there and put those bolts in. Then we'll go over, do the other side, and then we'll fold it over, glue it, and then we'll fold it over this way and push it in and glue it that way. I think that will give us exactly where we want it, a good spot to keep it solid from moving and all sorts of things like that. So get started on that and see how it goes. Okay, another thing I'm doing, which wasn't even my idea, my dad told me to do it, is instead of just driving the bolt through the carpet, take a soldering gun without the tip, and I already poked a hole through it with a screwdriver. I'm gonna take this and melt it through. Oh my gosh. And now that won't have any frays. Gets it nice, perfect circle. It just stinks like crap. Golly, it reeks. Whew. It stinks, dude. Jeez Louise. Now, I take a bolt and I stick it right through that sucker. All right, now I'm in the cab. I got my shoes off. And I am working this. I'm sweating like a dang ham in here. It is so hot in this dang shop. It's like 73 on the AC, and I'm just sweating. I'm working hard, brother. But no, it's just getting this formed. I'm using my feet, trying to stay off that side so I can push this seam down, working it with heat. I mean, like I said, this just doesn't happen quick. You just gotta work it and work it and work this dang thing. That is faux show, brother. So it's been 24 hours since we put the weights in. This carpet is looking pretty good. Very formed to the floor. So next step, I just need to come along here. This is about 6 inches too high. So I'm just gonna come along here and cut all this out, and it's gonna tuck underneath that firewall insulation pad. Then once I get that cut out, then I'll be able to tuck it underneath the gas pedal, and then we'll take all these bolts out, fold it, glue it, fold it the other way, and glue it. That's the goal. Let's get to it. We got the carpet all cut and tucked into the firewall insulation curtain right there. It's looking really good. Still got some wrinkles in it, but for not being glued down, I would say it's taken really good shape. I am gonna spray it down, give it a little bit more heat, and see if I can stretch it just a little bit more around the transmission tunnel right there. But I think with the glue, it's just gonna look really awesome. And like I said, we're gonna fold this side up, glue it, and then fold this side up and glue it. So try that and go from there. Oh, it stinks, dude. We just got this side glued in. Now this side is the only side that needs glued in, but I'm still forming it. I'm spraying it, heating it up, using the rubber mallet with the blunt end to try to stretch over this tunnel. That's my biggest thing. I want this tunnel to not have any wrinkles in it. This section right here, sorry, I'm out of breath working this. This section right here is the only section that's kind of giving me a fit. It's a very awkward section, especially with the hump between the transmission. So, oh my gosh, been lifting all these heavy weights. Before you know it, I'm gonna be jacked, benching 225. Anyway, so yeah, we gotta kind of form this. I'm taking my time. I want it to be as good as I can possibly get it. Okay, we got this carpet folded back. We're gonna spray with the adhesive and then just work this thing, get it flat and get it smooth. Okay, so now that the carpet is in, the next step we need to do is get this seat together. I got brand new covers for it that look sick, black on black. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna utilize the old pads to replace these individual pads. It's like $250 a piece for each of these. So let's get to it and see. Oh yeah, that is money. That's gonna look sick, dude. Oh yeah, this is nice. Oh. We're British. All right, so I think we got it where we need it. And then this folds all the way over. You can see here, it's got these pins. These are called bull rings, I believe. And you get these special pliers and it will stab it through and bend it into a circle like these old ones here. We'll just leave those old ones, whatever. Yeah, now hold it on. You go all the way around. So we're gonna start in the middle and then flip it over and make sure we have the cover where we need it and go from there. Okay, so you put it in there like that, and we'll just waste one to show you. And that's how they fold. Pretty cool, pretty simple. So do that and see how she goes. I'll go to that one right there. Make sure you give yourself, how does it, I guess like this?
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. I guess that ain't going anywhere. You can see all the bull pins here. I put 2 in every location just to keep it a little bit tougher, sturdier, so it doesn't rip or tear all the way around. You can see how tight it is, but turned out good. So we flip it over here, get another look at it. I think that'll look good. Looks nice, so yeah, get that one put in and get the back one done, and You're rocking and rolling. I don't know what happened. You might think working in the shop is great, but sometimes nature comes inside. Look at this. My goodness. Looks like I got attacked by killer bees. That's 2 mosquito bites from Kansas. Holy smokes. Unreal. Unreal. The backrest here for the seat. We got the new cover here. Using the old foam, I think this is gonna work out pretty well. Honestly, cross your fingers. This may be easier than the other one. I should have started this one first. So I'm gonna take this, flip it on here, and hopefully go smooth. Okay, we got the seats all ready to go in. Jamie's gonna help me throw them in there. Should be pretty straightforward. Got it all ready, got the seat belts in, got the carpet done, letting it settle. But seat can go in, so let's get it in there.
Your backwards tunnel crawl?
Yep.
I used to do that back in the early days.
Great view here. Ladies. Check out my hot cross buns. Wow.
That's something to set your butt on.
Heck yeah. That's looking good. Needs vacuumed, but we're getting there. Sheesh. Show me your best steering wheel impression.
Wait, hold on.
Damn. Now what is that to a pimp?
What?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is pretty much done. Check it out, about 95% of the way done. And it looks so good. I am absolutely ecstatic about this. Got the nice Ford emblem steering wheel in there. New dash. The new seat, which looks great with the new seat belts. New carpet. New foot pedal, gas pedal, brake pedal, the whole shebang. New threshold, which I will say is mocked up just because I need the weather stripping. That is the only thing left. But it is looking great, brother. I am super pumped for this. Looks awesome.
Kick them things off, brother.
You know how I be. Can't get this thing dirty. Brand new. Brand new.
No shoes, no shirt.
No service.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. I can already see it. Hell yeah, dude. This is awesome. This is nice.
Where's the first place you're going?
Chili's.
Yeah. All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for another episode of Brown Barn Builds. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We'll see you next time. Have a good night.